Hello, and thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well this evening. Now sit back, relax, and let's get into our story. I should have trusted my gut. That unease in the pit of my stomach when the email popped up in my inbox. Subject line: sound technician needed. $10,000 for one night. The message was brief. A man named Dr. Julian Harker claimed he was conducting a private experiment in sound isolation and needed a technician to monitor equipment overnight in a facility just outside Anchorage, Alaska. He'd provide transportation, room, and meals. It would be a single night of work, 10 grand. I've done plenty of odd gigs as a freelance audio engineer, weddings, indie films, even a few ASMR projects. But this, it felt off. Still, bills were piling up, and $10,000 would have kept me afloat for months. I replied with interest. Within the hour, I got a response and a plane ticket. The facility turned out to be an abandoned Cold War bunker in the middle of nowhere. A black SUV picked me up at the airport. The driver didn't say a word during the 2-hour ride through the snowy wilderness. When we arrived, I stepped out into biting wind and falling snow. The only light came from the floodlights illuminating a squat concrete entrance, half buried in a hillside. Dr. Harker greeted me at the door. Tall, gaunt, mid-50s. His smile didn't quite reach his eyes. "You're punctual," he said, shaking my hand. "Come, we've a schedule to keep." Inside, the facility was strangely warm. Sterile hallways, faded warning signs in Russian and English, peeling paint. We passed rows of sealed rooms, some with viewing windows, some without. "I've converted this place for acoustic experiments," he explained. "You'll be monitoring one in particular, the echo room." He led me to a control room with a large glass window overlooking a bare, circular room. Still walls, no furnishings, just a chair in the center, bolted to the floor. "The echo chamber," he explained, placing a hand on the glass. "No echoes, none. No reverberation, not even a whisper." He wasn't exaggerating. It was the most acoustically dead room I'd ever seen. Worse than an anechoic chamber. No sound penetrated. No sound escaped. I set up the monitoring equipment. Multiple microphones fed into my console. Everything looked standard, except for a black rotary phone on the desk. "That's a direct line," Harker said. "If it rings, pick it up immediately. Understood?" I nodded, unsure whether this was a test or a joke. "And no matter what," he added, lowering his voice, "do not enter the echo chamber. Watch, record. That is all." Then he left. Hours passed. Nothing happened. The monitors registered flat lines. The microphones picked up nothing. The echo chamber remained silent. At midnight, the air changed. I can't describe it. Like the atmosphere itself got heavier. The temperature in the room dropped. And then, a sound. A faint hum, low and irregular, like someone breathing far away. I checked the equipment. The hum was coming from inside the echo chamber, but no one had entered it. I leaned closer to the monitors. The breathing grew louder, raspy, wet. Then, a whisper. A voice, indistinct at first. A woman's voice. It was hard to tell, but the words were definitely there. Let me out. The chair in the room was still empty. It's cold. So cold. I reached for the intercom, hesitated, then pressed the button. Hello? Who's in there? Silence. Then a giggle. Soft. Childlike. Then more breathing. I checked the logs. No one had entered. The cameras confirmed it. At 2:47 a.m., the black rotary phone rang. The sound shattered the stillness like a gunshot. I picked it up. Do not speak to it, Harger's voice said on the other end. No matter what it says, do not acknowledge it. Then he hung up. I turned back to the monitors. The voice was speaking again, louder now. I know you're there. You can hear me. I can feel you listening. I felt a chill run down my spine. Then, the lights in the control room flickered. The chair in the echo chamber began to move on its own. Just a few inches, but enough to make a sharp screech against the steel floor. My stomach turned. That room was supposed to absorb all sound. I should not have heard that screech. I began to record everything, time-stamped every sound, every fluctuation. The hum became a chant, over and over. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Just after 3 a.m., I found a folder beneath the desk labeled Phase 3, Containment Notes. I shouldn't have read it. Inside were typed pages, diagrams, even old photographs. Reports described a vocal entity discovered during deep sound isolation tests. It had no physical form, only presence through sound. They called it Echo Type 9. Attempts to record or analyze it failed, except within the echo chamber, where it could manifest. One line was underlined 3 times. It mimics. It manipulates. It remembers. Beneath that, a warning. Do not engage verbally. Speech enables transference. I slammed the folder shut. On the monitors, the voice changed. It began to speak in my voice. You shouldn't have came here. The lights went out. Panic clawed at my chest. I grabbed a flashlight from my bag and swept the beam across the control room. The monitors were dark, but the glass window into the echo chamber revealed something worse. A figure sitting in the chair. I nearly dropped the light. I couldn't see it clearly, just a suggestion of a shape. Tall, thin, its head tilted slowly toward me, as if noticing me for the first time. Then, It stood up. The echo of your own voice. You brought us shape. You gave us sound. I stumbled back. The rotary phone rang again. I didn't answer. The lights came back on. The figure vanished. 4:12 a.m. A warning siren blared in the corridor. An old automated system, I guessed. Containment breach. Seal all chambers. I ran to the door. It was locked. From the outside. I pounded on it. Screamed. But no one came. Back at the monitors, I saw movement again. The chair scraped across the floor, spinning slowly. Then, a new voice. My mother's voice. Sweetheart, why are you doing this? Let me out. Then my childhood dog barking. My ex's laugh. A chorus of memories. Sounds I hadn't heard in years. All coming from that sterile, silent room. It was in my head, or trying to be. I put on the studio headphones, noise canceling. Tried to drown it out with white noise. Didn't work. The voice found me anyway. You hear me because you believe in me, and belief is sound. By 5:30 a.m., I was unraveling. I scrawled notes on the walls, trying to ground myself. I realized something. It didn't matter if the echo chamber was soundproof. If it could create sound in the mind, it didn't need airwaves. It was transmitting through memory, through recognition, through me. I finally answered the phone. Is it too late? I asked. Harker's voice. It always was. The line went dead. I turned toward the echo chamber window. The figure was back, but now it looked exactly like me. It waved. 6:03 a.m. The door behind me clicked. Dr. Harker entered, calm as ever. I see you heard it. I lunged at him. What is that thing? He didn't flinch, just straightened his coat. We don't know. It mimics sound, language, memory. Every time someone listens, it learns, becomes clearer, more defined. You locked me in with it. You were a test, a necessary one. I laughed bitterly. So what happens now? He gestured to the echo chamber. You've heard it, spoken to it. It knows you. You're bonded. Then he handed me a key card. You can leave, but it may follow. If it does, speak to no one, or it spreads. I left without another word. It's been 3 months. I'm back home, trying to pretend life is normal. But sometimes I hear it. Not in my ears, in my memories. It hijacks old sounds, old voices, twists them. Sometimes my own voice calls to me from the other room, even when I'm alone. Let me out. I've stopped answering calls. I sleep with earplugs. I haven't told anyone. Because if I do, if they hear it too, it might finally escape. And then we'll all be echoes